I truly don't know how I got here. I woke up early today. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing no video. And I was like, man, you got to get out there. Yesterday I had a great time. Um, I just felt like, they was pushing me, you know what I mean? Like, it was encouraging, the stuff I was talking about. Like, we was talking about social media and stuff. And um, I had a chance to kick it, with my sister, my aunt Gail, and my cousin Deb, you know what I mean? And each one of them, you know what I mean, had something different to give, you know what I mean? And it actually just sharpened me up a little bit, you know what I mean? So I wanted to come out here, you know what I mean? Because it's a chance, you know what I mean? I might get one of them to join me, or somebody new. I just did a video on Facebook. I was nervous. I got in and got out as quick as I could. I just want to say that, but it felt good, man. Just being out here, making videos again, and I like the outside. And I was up early today. I was like, man, I know it feel good out there right now. So I wanted to come out here while I feel good. Shout out to Ling Song Soon TV is in the house. Let me get on this other device so that I can see what's going on in the chat. And we should be good. Yeah, we good. There we go. Yeah, so Alpish Ingo is in the house. Shout out to India. Shout out to India in the house. We appreciate you. I'm trying to get comfortable with speaking again because I really don't be comfortable. I'm trying to get back in my rhythm, trying to get some type of pattern. It's been hard, really, to do that. But what I mean, getting comfortable on the camera again, getting comfortable speaking. What I mean, like it's been hard to pronounce words, and then sometimes I do my stuff so quick, what I mean, that I'll try to get it done and over with. How are you? I'm doing good today, actually. I'm doing real good. A little nervous, but bro, what's your name? I'm Darnell. You can look me up on Facebook. It's Darnell Ruffin. Excuse me, Darnell A. Ruffin on Facebook. And that's the way you can get connected. I am starting to do live streams over there, but I will not be there long. I'll do it and get up out of there. Like I'm telling you, like I'll probably do the quickest live streams over there. Because man, like boy, I'll be trying to get out and sneak out before anybody come up in there. I was gone, boy. I got up on there. I try to remember everything I wanted to say. I got up on there real quick, got up out of there real quick. I'm telling you. I don't even think it lasted 3 minutes, you know what I mean? But I had to go. It's a nervousness I get off Facebook. I guess it's like a new crowd of people. Like you really don't know who gonna drop in, and I don't know. I ain't used to talking over there, you know what I mean? And then I don't know. I really don't know how to work the stage, you know what I mean? And I get stage fright. Like let me get up out of here real quick. Jordan Human NWA. Yo, what's cracking with you, Jordan? I appreciate you stopping by. I'll get you the mod in case you got content you want to share. You'll be able to share it in the chat. Meet somebody, you know what I mean? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, man, I'm D-Net, I'm out here in these streets again, you know what I mean? Like this probably my fourth, fifth time, you know what I mean, being back out here. I'm trying to get comfortable with it, but I feel like it's certain things I used to do, you know what I mean, on my streams that make me feel. Listen, give me a mod, bro. I done already gave you the mod, but the gimme got his neck broke. I just want to say that. See, you try to be out here polite to people, you know what I'm saying? Let them, you know what I mean, share their content and all the rest of that, you know what I mean? You come across all kinds of things, but want to welcome people to the live stream coming by, enjoying themselves. You see, he already jumped out there and started sharing his stuff, you know what I mean? And that's the way it worked, in the way that I get out here and try to help people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can share your content on my page, on my channel, where a lot of people out here on YouTube really don't operate like that or do that anymore, you know what I mean? Or some people just don't do that, like they don't mind everybody, you know what I mean? And you can come to some people, you can come by some people that really demand the mod and all the rest of that. Like, you come across that out here, you know what I mean? But I didn't know that when I first got here, you know what I mean? Like, I thought you pick who you mod and stuff like that. But then I started learning there's a little game for it, you know what I'm saying? People being able to feel welcome enough to share their content, you know what I mean? They'll come listen to your content, kick it in the chat, share content, meet people, you know what I mean? So that's the game I'm in, for the new people that's out there, because, you know, YouTube did say that we did have 93% of new people coming to the channel, you know what I mean? So I want to try to get out here and speak to the 92%, you know what I mean? 93% that's coming by, you know, get them comfortable up in here. Hopefully they come back, you know what I mean? And maybe they are a content creator that wants to share their content. So I woke up early this morning. I felt like I would come out here and give me a live stream going, because I really wasn't going to do one today. Like, I had planned not to do one today, you know, and I was cool with that, you know, but because I woke up early and I was just in a good mood, I was excited, you know, I said, you know, let me come out here and just try to get one, see who we can get to stop in, you know, and then it's like I got some new people that will be checking in. Eventually, I'm guessing they're going to check in. But it's just, you know, some people just showed me that they was happy for me. Like, they see me happy, they see me out here smiling, you know what I mean? And people don't normally see me the way they see me, you know what I mean? So when I'm out here on my live stream enjoying it, you know what I mean, they see that that's something that excites me, you know? So I've been getting pushed out there lately, you know what I mean? So I want to try to do as many videos as I can, but I think I'm only going to be able to do a couple this week. So I'll make this one as long as I can, you know what I mean? Depending on if the people come by. If they don't, it's cool too. Shout out to the people out there in Texas. Like, I seen some stuff, you know, just over the weekend, you know, and I remember mentioning it before, you know, as far as they had some flooding going on and everything, you know, some rain come in. And it's crazy because I was watching Facebook yesterday, and I usually don't watch a bunch of videos out there, and I don't really like hang around in them streets because it's a lot of stuff that can happen out on Facebook. And I'm usually on YouTube when I'm online. So anyway, yesterday I was looking at the videos and stuff, and I seen like this disabled man. Well, they showed the house first. They showed all around the house, and it was flooded. It looked like it was about 3 or 4 feet of water, you know what I mean? And it was all in the house, and the water was coming up and stuff. And I seen the man, he was in the bed, you know, and he was bedridden, you know what I mean? But he couldn't get out the bed, but he's just in that flooded house, you know, and it just looked kind of. Sabah's in the house. What's going on with you, Sabah? Man, I appreciate you, man. Sabah be at every live stream. He really does, you know, and just the support that you have, man. I just want to thank you for that. You know what I mean? Coming in here, hopefully you stay, you know, just a little bit. You know, a couple people up in here that be dropping by. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure. Lord have mercy, I put myself in a great position. When the people come, like, hopefully, you know what I mean, they'll get here, you know what I mean, and we'll start talking about some things and see what people are talking about. But again, man, I like the communication that people can drop by and let us know if they good. Look, thumbs up. Irene B. View Vloggers in the house. What's going on with you, Irene? Look, how you been? Somebody out there, boy, look. For people out there in the chat looking to share their content, make sure you connect to Irene because she'll let you share your content on her channel. You know what I mean? 5 likes done. Appreciate it. Look, she trying to get some people up in here. You know what I mean? And the more likes, the more the algorithm will push you out there on other people's timelines. So she's trying to get some new people up in. I appreciate that, Irene. Like, and she a great support. You know, that's the thing. Like, that's what she do. You know what I mean? She support people. You know what I mean? So if you really want to share your content, make sure you go to her channel. I'm good without it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. One of my edits got 2.2K views in a day. That's good. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you, Irene. Appreciate you. And she always been like that. But Sabah, I'm not really an editor, man, but that's good, you know what I mean? And I'm curious to know, how long was that video? You know what I mean? Like, was it a short video or was it a long video that you edited? And the reason why I asked that is because me and my sister and Gail was talking yesterday, and they was talking about the different shorter videos or longer videos. And see, a lot of content creators make long videos. Like I've always made long videos. Like my videos sometimes be like 2 hours. No, a soccer edit, bro, a short. Oh, okay, it's a short, okay. Yeah, short, you know, but you can still have a short, maybe even 2 minutes, you know, 3 minutes or whatever. I think 3 minutes is the highest. But, you know, so you're talking like maybe a 10, 15-second short, you know. Now that's good, you know, and there's a game for that, you know what I mean, just to make short videos. But I don't know, like for me, like I don't, on my timeline, I don't just go looking for shorts. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I look for the live stream, you know what I mean, or the most recent video. You know, and I just want to say that because, you know, I think that that's a serious thing, you know what I mean, when it comes to making content, you know, or what people are watching. I think people looking for something recent, you know what I mean? And most people would like to be at the live stream or, you know, they like to be at the live stream, or they're like a longer video. Well, a shorter video probably is the thing to do because people's attention, like, don't nobody really give you a full hour attention. You know what I mean? Like a 2 hour attention. Now, before, we used to get people up in the house. I'll be out here 2, 3 hours, you know what I mean? And I posted old videos only because, you know what I mean, those videos is like 2 or 3 hours, you know what I mean, of content, you know. Anyway, so it's good to have people here, you know, with 12 minutes in. I got 3 people in the house just trying to get a video, you know, either which way it goes, whether you do it live or you just do it with the text and making edits, you know what I mean? But he does soccer edits, you know what I mean, which means he cut content. Are you combining your, are you combing your hair when you don't even have any? Irene, it's a brush. No, I'm brushing, you know. I'm brushing. I got waves, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can really see it, you know, but my mama was telling me the other day, like, your hair look nice. Like, what? You can't be out here trying to discourage me, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure it out, you know, if I wanted to wear the hat or not. Like, I'm used to wearing the hat, you know what I mean? But I said, nah, I'm trying to get these waves right. I just took my do-rag off, you know what I mean? I don't know if you know about the do-rag out there, but yeah. I do have hair. Hello, Trip. How are you doing? Ash Amina is in the house. I'm doing good. Thank you for joining. How you been? I'm telling you, y'all put in the chat where y'all from, where y'all at, you know what I mean? Put it in the chat, you know, just so people know, you know. Thumbs up here. I appreciate you, Ashamina. And I hope you're doing good. You know, you still out there with your friends. Like, look, tell them come by. You know what I mean? Tell them we out here. You know, we trying to get some more people. And I figured I'll come out here just to try to get me a new video with the people. Look, I'm from New Zealand, see? New Zealand is in the house. See, I would have never knew that if you ain't say that. Like, we need you guys to say where you're at, you know what I mean? Just so we can see, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm out here in Las Vegas. Like, look, see? New Zealand in the house. Out the country, I'm telling you, boy, look, that's why I enjoy this. Like, you entertaining these people out the country? Yup. What you saying? Nothing. Just being myself. Like, they enjoy me just being myself. You know, and they be smiling. And see, it's probably dark where she at. I'm outside. She's seeing, you know what I mean? Just, it's a beautiful day. So far to start the day. you know, and I just felt like coming out here doing a live stream just because I was up early. Like I ain't have no, plans to do one today at all, So this is like really on the cuff. It's really a whammy. I had to try to do it. So now I'm trying to get that whole hour just because, and I'm only 15 minutes in. I'll be nervous, I'm very shy. Don't have nothing to say, like I ain't writing nothing down, no nothing. But I like to do it like that, just to jump out there unprepared. You know what I mean? Like that, I feel like that's when I'm be prepared. Like that's when I have the most fun. You know what I mean? It's exciting to me. It's a roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? Just jump on, act like yourself. I like to see myself get silly and stuff like that. Laugh. You know what I mean? Just smile as much as I can. So when I watch my old videos back, the ones I just did, they encourage me, and there's certain things I'm starting to see just in the production part of it with the videos, my background and all the rest of that. Like it's so fun there. So sad, so sad, so sad tribute about the flooding in Texas happening. Yeah, Ashamina, where you from? Where you at? Let us know. Put it in the chat. Yeah, but you seen that too. You seen the flooding out there too, huh? Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. We wanted to check in on our people in Texas. You know what I mean? Make sure they good. Give them a voice if they want to say something and all the rest of that. And I was thinking about that. Like, man, Texas, you don't want Texas to go and do nothing. You know what I mean? Out here in America, you know what I mean? Because Texas can be its own country if it wanted to. And, it's crazy. Texas is a big part of America, you know what I mean? Gasoline, all the rest of that. Like if Texas wanted to be its own country, it sure could, you know what I mean? So we want to make sure we're supporting them, encouraging them, you know what I mean? Because you don't want them to not support us in the end, you know what I mean? Like, hold on, don't leave us now, you know what I mean? So we gotta be in this together, you know what I mean? So we wanna make sure our people in Texas is good. I seen some of that flooding. Philippines, but presently in Saudi Arabia. See, Ashamina in Saudi Arabia. Look, New Zealand and Saudi Arabia. I'm saying, like, again, I'm out here in Las Vegas. I don't really meet a lot of people on my channel from Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Most of the people I be meeting out the country. So it's good to know that you are in the house. Thank you, Ashamina. Hopefully you don't have the nosebleed. You know what I mean? And I'm not speaking too fast. Just now, you knew a trip. Yeah, I know that, but I wanted the people to hear it. You know what I mean? I wanted them to know. You know what I mean? A lot of my old friends, you know what I mean? They be upset, boy, if you don't remember a lot of stuff about them, you know what I mean? And, because they've been supportive for a long time, And I could do it, like if I do a later live stream, she said, I understand, Trip. Please forgive me, But if I do a later live stream, like and make it like a worse time for me, to do the live stream, like a later time, it's easier for them. Like you'll see more people here at the live stream, and it'll be a little more fun. L&W Show is in the building. What's going on with you, Show? Don't come up in here playing. Nah, man. He said, oh, man. Yeah, Ashamina, what time is it where you from? I mean, where you at? What time is it out there? What's going on with you, Show? You said, oh, man, like, what do I need to be aware of? Just let me know. Cause Show, boy, when he come in, everything changed. Hello, Trips. What's going on, man? Lion Pride, Let's Walk and Talk Originals is in the house. At work, just saying, good morning, bro. Good morning to you. Look, we need you at work. Look, let us know how you doing, how everything good. I want to say shout out to her. You know what I mean? She work in the medical field. I don't want to give too much of her credentials out there, but she out there in the medical field. We need her. That's healthcare right there. So I want to say shout out to her. Almost 6 a.m. So I didn't ask you what time it was, bruh. I was asking Ashamina. She said it's Kessa time here, 3:34 p.m. Okay, you in good time then. You know what I mean? It ain't too late out there. It's kind of in the afternoon, a little bit after lunch. You know what I mean? Y'all should be winding down, get ready for dinner. You know what I mean? Hopefully everything good out there. Nah, not medical right now. You ain't even had to say nothing. Like, look, it looked like I knew though. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, yeah. I appreciate you being in the house because like I know Lion Pride for a long time. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I was out here trying to get people to see my content, or I was sharing my content, like we knew a place that we could go where we could share our content, and that's where I met her at. Different time zone, yeah, they're different time zone, but it looked like we in the same day. Like what day is it out there in Saudi Arabia? Is it Monday? I'm curious. Um, I wouldn't say people wow. People wow. You talk about in the real world or out here on this YouTube world? Like, let me know, cause boy, this YouTube world, well, yeah, they wild. The real world, yeah, they wild too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people crazy. Um, I done learned to keep to myself, to be real. Look, sounds good. Tribute, same day. Oh, we on the same day? Okay, okay. We got the same day or something in the Middle East? Like, I ain't know that. That was a good one right there. These my friends will tell you, boy, content creators, they be out here too. They'll let you share your stuff. Like, they'll tell their friends about you. Like, they got their own audience out here. I'm telling you, this, man, YouTube world, man, big. It's enough for everybody, See, hour two different, but PM. Um, in the Philippines, it's Tuesday. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I just wanted to use that as an example just because show up in here trying to explain itself and trying to explain and trying to make everything complicated. We ain't got to be that complicated. Like, I thought we all agreed what time it was, what day it was, all the rest of that. You know what I mean? But show always come in the live stream, change the narrative, always changing the narrative. Did he get out there talking a little too much, putting more in the chat? You know what I mean? And I don't do him like that. But my ex was in Saudi. See, then he always coming up here talk about relationships, what he been through, who he with, you know what I mean? And we be asking questions then. Then we gotta ask him like, she was from Saudi Arabia, so like, tell me about it. Was she out here a content creator? You know what I mean? Was she online? Was this? I'm scared to ask you. Was it the LDR? Like, the Virginia's for lovers? Yeah, right. Oh Lord, have mercy. Miss Jen is in the house. Come on, Jen. Don't come up in here playing. How you doing? That's the saying. That's the saying right there. Yeah, we from Virginia. We lovers. You know what I mean? And she connected to Virginia. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. She in Virginia. That's funny, Miss Jen. You got me. You got me. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Let's see. She was working there, y'all. LDR. Look, show. I told you, man. Never mind. Dear, thank you. I'm trying to explain to the people, you know what I mean, that there's an ongoing joke out here on YouTube that the LDR is Alexandria. Are you serious? I was just there. Oh my gosh. Miss Jen, I was just there. But I was talking about the LDR. I would like to get past that, you know what I mean? But I was going to say that it's an ongoing joke out here on YouTube that the LDR is the long distance relationship. L&W, I don't know. Let's see. Mega shout out to Ling Sung Soon checking in with his content. I'm saying, but the time zone pretty easy. Okay, yeah. L&W, I'm gonna get past it. Back to Miss Jen. Yeah. Alexandria. You know what I mean? Like that. We went well. Imperia. I know I ain't pronouncing it right because they correct me every time I say it, but it's Imperia, like Imperio, Imperia. I think period. I don't want to keep doing it. They got to practice. Practice? Who need to practice? Don't nobody want to practice. I come up out here every day. I come to the game. I give you my all. And you talking about practice? Not a game, but practice. You know what? That just made me want to put my Sixer hat on right there for AI. You know what I mean? Like, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? So I had to practice. Like, don't nobody out here need no practice. So yeah, I see y'all stop talking in the chat, you know what I mean? And this is when LNW jumps in and he just goes for what he knows and just starts speaking. And it's cool, you know what I mean? Because it's encouraging, you know what I mean? Like we be sitting out there cutting up, you know? And that's what I like to do on the live show. I like to laugh, I like to have fun. Engaging with the people, interacting with the people, you know what I mean? Just continuing to build our audience. We got some new people that's gonna be checking in. I got some family members listening, you know, in the background. You know, I got people just behind the scenes that's actually pushing me to get out there and do something. So I wanna continue just to make sure that I'm making content, that I'm making myself available for the live stream, that I'm continuing to practice, you know what I mean? Because I gotta learn how to speak again. Try to be some type of personality, just that I can get out here on social media. You know, I ain't out here for clout. I ain't out here for fame. You know, I just out here just because I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? I enjoy the people. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat checking in. I know people are in the background. They really got stuff they doing and stuff, you know what I mean? But just for you guys to keep the video running, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? Just so I can get them watch hours, because them watch hours ain't no joke. But I never had a problem with getting watch hours, so it's about getting back out here, just being operational. Do you still do your morning walk trip? I go to the gym and I ain't gonna lie, Miss Jen, I get on this little bike and I start, you know what I mean? Yesterday, well, the last live stream I did here, I made a video and then I went to the gym and I actually watched the live stream while I was at the gym, but I stayed on the bike the whole time I was watching the video. And at the end, it said I did 8 miles, so you know what I mean? Like I felt good. Like, you know what I mean? I could work this in my routine. You know what I mean? Because the bike tell you what you're doing and stuff. Like my heart rate looked good and stuff. I felt good when I left. You know what I mean? Then I went to go find some machines and look, they wasn't there. The ones that I usually have an issue with at the gym, they wasn't there. You know what I mean? So I had a great time the other day. So you making me think like, Dad, how I didn't go to the gym today? You know what I mean? And you talking about the morning walk, like you asking me, did I do something today? Nah, Miss Jen, I ain't do nothing today. Like, dang, I just think about it, like, 8 miles? Wow, yeah. But I was sitting down, you know what I mean? And then I was watching TV. I felt like I was watching TV. Kahana's in the house. Hello, Trips. What's going on, Kahana? How you doing? You enjoying your trip? Let me know. It was something else I was gonna say to Miss Jen. Miss Jen, so I thought about what you was talking about the other day with doing the reaction videos. And I'm still thinking about it, but I'm like, I don't know. But I will tell you, I wouldn't mind getting out here hosting bingo. You know what I mean? Like, look, I need you to be my co-host. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna get the people out here. It's gonna be fun. You know, but I know people out here on YouTube, like they got their channel hooked up to bingo. Like they got a lot of people that come up over there and people be having a great time. But if we get out here hosting bingo, whew, what you think, Kahana? Bingo? Let me know. Slim Shady. Just do it your way. I'm still thinking about it, you know what I mean? Eventually we'll see. You know, I gotta get comfortable first, you know. That's why I like coming out here to the park and just setting up right here and doing it, you know what I mean? Because no green screen, you know what I mean? Not confined into a room, you know what I mean? Real birds, trees, you know what I mean? And seeing the sunrise, you know, it's just a lot of different things, you know what I mean, that, and then I could see myself, you know what I mean, in the video, and it just looked clear to me, like just enjoying the production of just having a clear video and the sound be sounding all right, you know what I mean? Just learning how to speak again, because eventually I'm gonna have to get back on the mic, you know, and say something. Bingo, bingo. See, you know I'll be reading the chat, right? Good Lord, have mercy. Got me out here singing this stuff. Man, so look, Kahana, man, how you enjoying your trip? You know, thanks for checking in. I see you in the background. You know, y'all don't forget to hit the like, you know, so we can get a couple more people up in here. You know, I don't mean to ask y'all for nothing, but look, the like, Mike just put it on somebody's timeline. It said that we was getting 93% of new people coming in here, you know what I mean? And what I just see right here is LNW Show, I see Kahana, I see Jen, like these is part of the 7% of people returning back, you know, so I wanna say shout out to y'all, appreciate y'all, because y'all ultimately helped me make the content, you know, I just get out here, and talk to y'all, you know, so it's really good. But Jen, I did make a statement, you know what I mean? Like Alexandria, like I was saying, do you know where Emporia is? Emporia, something like that. But do you know where that's at? Because we was out there in Milestown, you know, and it's right there on the border of North Carolina. So I want to say that. Shout out to my man DMG coming in the door. Dick McGriffin is in the house, part of the 7%. What's cracking with you, Dick? Pause. Maybe I should just call him DMG. My fault. I couldn't help myself. That's so funny to me. That's so funny to me. That's what I like about live streaming. You know what I mean? Like I get to be myself. Like that. That's so funny to me. Oh my gosh. I know I'm gonna rewind that jump back. Like yeah, man. So I want to say, man, I appreciate y'all really joining. You know what I mean? Show, I appreciate you. Look at them hosting. You know what I mean? In the chat. You know what I mean? Just making sure the people come in, enjoy themselves. You know, and I don't know how I would do it without y'all, you know what I mean? And there's more of us, you know what I mean? So hopefully I can continue to just come out here, keep doing my live stream to get back operational, you know, because it'd be a lot of people that just, you know, enjoy being around each other that they ain't seen in a while. You see, it's far from where I am. I'm more close to DC, just 20-minute drive. Oh, okay. Look, DMV in the building. And the only reason why I'm laughing is because, you know what I mean, last time I left out DC, you know what I mean, and I was wrong. You know, like I wasn't thinking, but now I'm thinking like, yeah, DMV in the building, you know. So yeah, it's good to just, you know, see you, Miss Jen, you know, see from Virginia, you know, and came in contact just online, you know, everybody, you know what I mean, in the chat, you know, came in contact just online. So it feels good to have friends out here, you know, it does make it easier as a content creator if you make videos, you know, seeing familiar faces. But if you met anybody in the world, you know what I mean, and you put yourself out there for people to meet you again, you know, you're gonna come across people that you never would have known, you know what I mean, that you could have met these people. Like they really are good people. I meet some just throughout life, you know, over a time span, you know what I mean? Like I met a lot of people, you know what I mean? And this is where I'll be at, you know what I mean, right here on the Tribulation Kidz channel. It's just easier for me to just come here, you know what I mean, because I'm comfortable with the vibe of the people I have, you know. Let's see if I move. I just want to just change my angle just a little bit, see if that worked. You know what I mean? You got something new in the background, just to not keep it right there, and then the pole's not centered right correctly, you know, and it get on my nerves, you know what I mean? So hopefully y'all don't mind me being outside just doing my live streams, you know. like when I'm watching it back and I hear myself and I'm talking about like the YouTube streets or the social media streets and stuff like that, I'm thinking like being outside, like it feels more real to me when I'm saying streets. Like, you know what I mean? I'm usually talk about these internet streets, you know what I mean? But being outside and speaking on my live stream, like it just feels so much realer, you know what I mean, than it being social media, you know what I mean? Like it's something about it, you know, that I like to just enjoy doing. So I want to try to continue to do as many as I can, you know, because I don't never know what my next live stream is gonna be. So I appreciate you guys joining this live stream because let's see, good at being social. I'm gonna say this. I was thinking about something like that yesterday. I feel like I want to go back where I was. I feel like my lighting was better over here. I just do. Let me go back over here. I feel like the light was better, you know. So we're gonna have to work the pole in some kind of way. All right, so anyway, I was thinking yesterday, you know, what I'm not like without the live stream, like I'm like a zombie. Like I don't say nothing. Like I'm totally on mute. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing to do. It ain't nothing that excite me. It ain't nothing that motivate me. It ain't nothing that encourage me. Like, and I'm sure there's people out there that you can find, you know what I mean, that does these things to encourage or motivate, push, you know, all the rest of that stuff. But it's just like, is it something? Is it somebody? You got to figure it out for yourself. But for me, making a live stream, like I was like, dang, if I wasn't out here doing this, I'm mute. I'm like a zombie. I'm not saying nothing. And I'm holding all of this in. But when I say this, I'm like, I said something today. You know what I'm saying? Just to have the opportunity to say something, get out there and be somebody, you know what I'm saying? For somebody or for myself. And I was thinking, it's probably other people out there in the world that's like that. You know what I'm saying? They just mute. They don't say nothing to nobody. I see you, Sunny Side Up. DJ Sunny Side Up is in the building. I'm trying to go somewhere. So, you know, I was just thinking, if I wasn't out here just speaking and just saying something, you know what I mean, where would I be? You know what I mean? And I was thinking, damn, I was in that place. Well, now that I'm saying something, it's like I'm starting to feel myself coming more back to life. I'm starting to feel myself being more excited, more happy, more free to say something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be from saying something. And then I was like, yo, then I get out, I get a chance to come out here in front of the people, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know what I mean, openly have my relationship with God, or, you know what I mean, speak freely, you know what I mean, about the love of God, or whatever I say about the Lord, you know what I mean? I'm sitting up here thinking that's something I learned just with my relationship, is you gotta speak out so God can hear you. You know what I'm saying? So he can see you, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm got witnesses out here and some more stuff. Like, you know, now I gotta try to be on my best behavior, try to give them better quality content, you know what I mean? Have some type of message in what I'm saying, you know, or try to just be there for somebody, you know what I mean? So for us to have that communication for like the people in Texas and stuff, you know what I mean? Like you could check in, tell us what's going on in your city, in your town, in your country, you know what I mean? Like we could all find a way to be there for each other, you know what I mean? And that's why I was saying I wanted to have me a platform just prepared and ready, you know what I mean? If anything go wrong in this world, you know what I mean? Like you see some things falling apart, you know what I mean? Trump just passed this big old bill. Elon Musk out here got a political party. Man, it's funny because I've been talking a lot on my live streams about Elon Musk, you know what I mean? And for some reason, I was just watching my live stream, and then when I turned it off, you know, I started looking for information and stuff. And I seen Elon Musk went out there and started a political party. Oh, man. I said, Elon Musk gonna make me go ahead and start me a Twitter account and just go out there making videos about him every day on his platform. Only because, you know what I mean, it's something about Elon Musk for me. Let's see, will he run for president? That's what I was thinking too, like, man, we probably don't want him president, you know what I mean? But see, Trump ain't gonna be able to run against him again. But just to get out there, all he doing is just like, you know how YouTubers do it, like you got one up and coming YouTuber, you know what I mean? He be throwing shots at the bigger YouTubers, you know what I mean, just so they can get recognized, you know what I mean? Like that's what he doing. Like he trying to steal Trump support, you know what I mean? He trying to get out there the whole time he in administration, because he done got kicked out the White House, you know what I mean? And Trump done deporting him back. He go, I'm gonna start me my own stuff, you know what I mean? And then trying to get your support, you know. So they out here playing games, man. Can Trump be a vice president? I don't know if I don't think you can step down in power or in leadership without in office. I don't think he can go from president to vice president. You know, I think it's a great question though. I did ask it before with Barack Obama. I thought that was what was gonna happen with Joe Biden. Like he gonna pick Barack. You know, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if he can do that. You know, so I don't want to get out here lying to you saying, oh yeah, he could do that. I think it'd be a terrible idea. You know, so. But I was saying to myself, you know what I mean, like just in general, you know, that Elon Musk, you know what I mean. I told people like, man, we gotta keep our eye on this dude. You know what I mean, like that's the dude with the brain chips and the Neuralink. You know what I mean, like. The information already came out on him, you know, so either which way it goes, like he on the main stage, he on the scene, you know what I mean? Like we need to keep our eyes open because it ain't no telling what he gonna do next, you know, but I ain't joining his political party, you know what I mean? Like what happened with Death Row and Tupac was out here talking about getting a political party and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like is they gonna take out Elon now because he out here talking about political party and all this power he got? They was out here announcing him the other day as the richest man in the world. That's what I heard. I was like, the richest? It ain't nobody richer than him. Like, why he look like that? His chest built like the trucks. Let's see. Do you talk a lot about politics when people in your real life? Nah, not really, man. I don't really. I mean, well, I listen to the people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, older people, like they don't like Trump. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna particularly put nobody else out there to say who. You know what I mean? But they don't like Trump. You know, for me, I'm like on the fence. You know what I mean? Like I'm neutral. You know what I mean? I don't like a lot of negativity, a lot of drama, a lot of beef. You know what I mean? Like I don't. So I don't really get involved in that, but red and blue, you know what I'm saying? Like they've been fighting my whole life, you know what I mean? Whether it's the Crips and the Bloods, Democrats and Republicans, you know, all kinds of organized confusion, you know what I mean? So I was always tight, you know what I mean? Like with live streaming, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just good not to talk politics, religion, and Tupac, you know what I mean? That's what I was taught, you know? So as of lately, that's just been the conversation, politics, religion, and Tupac. Like Tupac, man, that trial is starting to go another way. They starting to pin stuff on Diddy, you know what I mean? And when they get Diddy, they get it all, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like we was talking about it yesterday, like it seemed like he connected to more than just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 murders. Like it seemed like he out here in these streets. And we was talking about that yesterday, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, this is what the people talking about. We just regular people having that conversation, you know, but let's see, who people going to vote for when all these old dudes gone? Well, I don't know how to respond to that. I'm looking at this device and it's going dead. It's getting dark. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about age like that. Like they gonna always have somebody to put in place. You know what I mean? Like you better believe it. Like this stuff go on for generations. I don't have all the answers, and I definitely don't have all the advice. You know what I mean? Like I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be on the live stream, but some people look for content creators that are truly knowledgeable. They know what they talk about. They do their research. You know what I mean? They know their history and all of that. I don't really get into all that. I just be myself. Answer small questions, small talk, you know what I mean? Something that we could all relate to. But I vote for D now. I don't want to have nothing to do with leadership in office, and don't vote for me. You know what I mean? I don't know how to get out there, you know what I mean, and lead the people, you know what I mean? Like, people depend too much on certain things, you know what I mean? And they would expect too much of me, you know what I mean? And I'm the wrong one for that, you know, just because I ain't want to try to let you down, you know what I mean? But it's sometimes, you know what I mean, that it's just like I can't get pushed into leadership and power, you know what I mean? Like, well, power, I could take the power. I just don't want the leadership. You too old to need a role model, L&W. DJ Sunny Side Up. You too old. They say if people look for the president to be their role model, boy, they in trouble. What is up with her? Oh. Oh. Amazon out here doing deliveries. I was looking like, what's going on? Amazon, you know what I mean, using their own cars and stuff. Let's see. I vote Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson. Explain to us why you are voting for Willie Nelson. I don't want either. Well, I don't know. We just had a day and time, man, where people got to start being themselves. You know what I mean? Speaking out. You know what I mean? And getting some type of following. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be an influencer. You know what I mean? Like I guess, you know. But with your influence, you know what I mean? Like you gotta try to lift the people, you know what I mean? Try to bring people to a place. But I don't think you could just get out there and start no political party and not have no voice. You know what I mean? Like you really gotta have voice of the people. You gotta be out there with a voice. So for Elon Musk to be out here starting his political party, you know, he better say something. You know what I mean? Because people ain't just gonna join you because you rich. You know what I mean? Like I just feel that way. I'm infamous enough on YouTube. L&W, I'm gonna tell you what, man. You need to be careful out here on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like this social media, boy, this ain't good. You know what I mean? And if you don't know how to maintain or be responsible out here, boy, you be out here like me. You know what I mean? In some stuff. Like you got to get out here and try to be an influence. Try to do something positive, you know what I mean, and try to bring the people together, try to, you know, get us all together just in case, you know what I mean, we need each other in the end. Let's see, you get the type of position everyone looking for when you do wrong. Yeah, that's true. Like negativity run the world, you know what I mean, and money as well, you know, power, you know, all that stuff come with it, you know what I mean, but that's what people are attracted to, like, you know, people ain't really listening to nothing that's gonna lift them up no more, you know, and you gotta go find it, you know, and that's what I like about YouTube is they got the search engine. You can find something that you once heard or, you know what I mean, or something new, like you could just search it, you know, and I don't think people really know what it is they looking for to entertain them anymore, you know, but I do want to keep in mind that I did a video today on Facebook. Like I did it quick too. I got in and I got out. And I just reminded myself right now, like, yo, cause I seen the number going up right here on the YouTube, and I'm like, yo, it might be new people checking in, you know what I mean? Cause people might be up. Like I really got up early today to get started, you know what I mean? And I wasn't ready, you know what I mean? When I did the Facebook, I was like, once I get out there, I get nervous, you know what I mean? Because I could see who watching me, and then, you know what I mean, I ain't used to having no type of live stream there, you know what I mean, to stay long enough, you know what I mean? So I'll be trying to speak real quick, you know what I mean? But I had a great weekend, you know what I mean? It was a great 4th of July weekend, you know, I had a lot of fun, you know, I got a chance to be with my partner, you know what I mean, my goddaughter. Like she really want to do the live stream. She always asking me like, can we do a live stream? Like, and that's funny to me, you know what I mean? Because it's so many different people just pushing me to get out there and live stream and do something, you know, and because they know me and they see me, you know what I mean, a certain kind of way that when I'm on my video, you know what I mean, they see something different about me and some of the stuff that they see, I see, you know, and they just telling me just keep doing it, you know, and I want to try to be as consistent as I can to do a video. So today I wasn't going to do a video, but I said, yo, if I don't do it, then I ain't going to say nothing. You know what I mean? And I want to come out here and say something, to say it as much as I can. But I ain't never got no plan. You know what I mean? I'm just being myself. You know what I mean? Just going out there being me. You know, I love people. You know what I mean? I love to interact with people. And if you don't say nothing, you start losing that. You know what I mean? If it's a gift that God has given me, I want to make sure that I'm using it, but to His glory. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful today that I come out here. And just push myself to do this live stream. So if you are new here, I want to thank you for joining the live stream. If you didn't say nothing, you know what I mean, next time maybe you will. You know, I would ask you guys to subscribe, you know, hit the like. You know, I ain't asking people for nothing, no. You know, that's how I used to be. I want to go back to feeling like that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ask people for nothing, you know what I mean? But the one thing I will ask for is that you hit the like. You know, and just stay blessed, you know, that's what it's gonna be for me, you know, so hopefully we'll be able to touch somebody, you know what I'm saying, make an impact on something, you know, hopefully if it ain't nobody, at least it's gonna be myself. I got out here, said something for me, tried my best to just be me, you know. Let's see, phone call of DM. Don't know what he talking about. But yeah, man, it's been a blessing, man, just to get out here and just do it outside. You know, like I really like doing it outside. It's something that I get that's just a natural look for me. You know what I mean? Like it's something that's doing for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as creativity goes, you know what I mean? And I'm able just to look around, you know what I mean, see different things, you know, of what's going on right now, this very moment. And I think that's how I've always been just with the live stream. Like, this is happening right now. You know what I mean? If you never live streamed before, and there's a couple people that I was talking to yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, if you never live streamed before, get out there and live stream. I want to say Nishi and Gail, like, yo, y'all would be great at doing this if you ever see this. My cousin Deb, like, yo, you'll be good at it, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know how to talk, you know how to keep a conversation with people, you know what I mean? Even if you ain't got the type of content, like some of the content creators that you watch, you know what I mean? Like, you can still just go out there, be yourself, and you'll get people there, you know what I mean? And then you guys already got a lot of support, like people already love you, people already like you, you know what I mean? Get them the ones that support you first, and then you'll see that the rest of them will follow, you know what I mean? And it might take a couple years, like, you know, I've been doing this now for 4 years, and I feel like, you know, my following and the people that interact in the chat, you know what I mean? Like, they still coming, you know what I mean? On a regular basis. Shout out to the chat. This is, see, you run, they'll say you got a phone call, DM in the streets, see, pizza or hamburger? That's funny, because we just had pizza yesterday. It depends if I'm hungry, you know what I mean? Like, I'm lactose, I don't want a whole bunch of cheese. But nah, I probably a burger. Yeah, probably a burger. I'm gonna take the burger. Let's see, now I gotta fix my lighting. Maybe I could go back over here. I think that's gonna work, you know what I mean? Like, I just gotta stay here anyway, like a half an hour or so. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day, you know what I mean? Some of y'all day probably just now ending, you know what I mean? Some of y'all day just beginning, you know? And I felt like I was gonna get some people up in the house that just now is getting up. What's going on, bro? ATM, yo, what's going on? ATM Tim is in the house. It's been a minute. I think that's ATM Tim. I want to say, yeah, that's my man right there. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. Appreciate you joining. Look, you remember me out here, you know? Yeah, I'm still getting out here every now and then, you know what I'm saying? So Hopefully you still out here in these streets doing your thing. I want to say North Carolina is in the building. I want to say that. Keep up good vibes. Yeah, that's a hard thing to do, man, because I ain't always got good vibes, you know what I mean? But when I get on the live, you know, I get a little more comfortable. He said, yeah, that's me. Hope all is well. Yeah, I remember you. I said, yeah. 9 people in the house. We starting to move up a little bit. You know what I mean? We starting to get some new people up in here. They starting to come by. You know, a lot of people be trying to join the live stream. Like my cousin Dev yesterday, she was like, so when you do it? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know when I have, you know, a live stream. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah. I'm trying to test my memory on certain things, you know what I mean? But I ain't all the way there yet, you know, and I ain't know how many live streams I was gonna be able to do this week, man. So shout out to ATM Tim for joining my live stream. North Carolina is in the building. Look, in Virginia, we say North Kakalaki, you know what I mean? But Virginia's for lovers. I know he know that too, you know what I mean? Because he from North Carolina. Look, they got that good barbecue out there, boy. But we was actually on the border. I was just telling them, a little while ago on my chat, we was on the border of North Carolina, you know what I mean? And it felt good, man, just to get back out here, rush myself to say something, you know what I mean? And just stay on my toes. And you see people stop by, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have the live in order for it to happen. Like, if I didn't go live today, it wouldn't be certain people I'm seeing out there, you know what I mean? Like, they stopping in, you know what I mean? Like, this is what we do, you know, to encourage and press one another. I myself am really trying to just get here. Like, if I can get here, then I'm good. But I thought I wasn't even gonna make it today. Yeah, but you know, I'm from the DMV though. I mean, but you right there. Although you want to claim the DMV, okay. Well, I mean, North Carolina and Virginia right there though. You know what I mean? So I just, you know what I mean? Like you know, you still in Vegas? Yeah, I'm still in Vegas. Still out here. I just came back from Virginia just a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? And you know, I was able. My cousin just moved to North Carolina actually, so I want to say that. And I want to shout out Ike Izzle, you know what I mean? I want to shout out Sarah, I want to shout out Jacob. And then I heard that my cousin BJ went out there to see them, you know what I mean? So I hope they had a great weekend. They enjoyed themselves. They said he gonna put it up in the DMVNC in the house. He'll put it up in there. That's funny, you know, but I mean, we in the building, you know what I mean? And, shucks, I'm just out here, I'm smiling, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how I'm gonna do this, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to stay out here as long as I can, but I get excited, you know what I mean? Just being around people. I knew he was gonna do a little clout chaser. He wanted to chase the clout, you know what I mean? And look, I knew that he was here, you know what I mean? And I knew that, you know what I mean? I was trying not to pay attention to it while I'm talking, you know what I mean? But then look at him. Let's go get on the video. You know, he sent me out here before though, you know, so I wanted to make sure I was just chilling, you know what I mean? And not worrying about him trying to photobomb me, you know what I mean? Get on the live stream and stuff like that. Like, he tried. You know what? To be honest with you, if you guys were watching my my other video, and oh, y'all see the bird right there? You see the bird? That's a real bird. But if you see my other video, and there was a woman that was out here, you know what I'm saying? And I had said, you know, do you want to get on the live stream? I ended up inviting her on the live stream. I said something to her. Right? I think that's her dude right there. Like, he was like, oh, you was on the video. I'm gonna go get on the video too. You know what I mean? And I ain't say hi to him. You know what I mean? Like, he had headphones on, you know what I mean? I thought he was listening to something. He watched something. Look, he probably watching this video, you know what I mean? Because she probably went home and told him. But anyway, let's see. What made you smile today? Was the conversation I heard yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, seeing my family just, you know, having a little flashback. of my weekend. Like, actually, man, I've had an amazing 2 months, like June all the way to now, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of stuff that I've been able to do, and accomplish, or just people I ain't seen in a long time. Like, I had a chance actually to have some conversations with some amazing people over the break, you know what I mean? And then the 4th of July, you know what I mean? Had a great time in my sister's house. And then yesterday, you know what I mean, family dinner, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, it had some new faces that I ain't seen in a while, and it was just fun to talk to them. But we talked about social media and stuff, and like a lot of people in my family, like they've been seeing me on social media, but I ain't been asking nobody to come by. And as of lately, that they've been just asking me about what it is I'm doing, you know what I mean, and telling me to continue to get out there and do it, do more of it, you know what I mean, and they know what it takes as a content creator. You know, they watch other content creators, you know what I mean, and then to hear their opinion of stuff that people watch, you know what I mean, and what's interesting, what's exciting, what's entertaining, you know what I mean. Like, we was able to actually have a conversation yesterday, and it was just enlightening. It made me smile. When I woke up this morning, like, I woke up early today. I got up about 4 something. I was like, you know what? You said you weren't gonna do a video, but go out there and do one. And I'm like, pfft. And then I was like, go do one on Facebook first. I'm like, so I got out there on Facebook, boy. I was talking quick, boy. I tried to get up out of there quick. I don't know. It's something about a long Facebook Live I just can't do. My man ATM Tim said, I'm about to get back to this earn. Take care, bro. Thanks for stopping by, ATM Tim. North Carolina, checking in, checking out. DMV NC was in the building. I go back and I check this joint. I'm telling you, I go back and watch the video. I enjoy actually listening to the content I just did. You know what I mean? Something that I just did that is most recent, and just to continue to keep that everything most recent, you know what I mean? And as of right now, I'm actually at an hour. It's almost over, so I'm definitely feeling great right now, you know what I mean? That anything from here is a bonus, you know what I mean? Just speaking to the people. Hopefully we get somebody to drop in, or somebody that's already here could say something, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying that the number is starting to grow as I'm leaving, but I'll go watch it back from the beginning all the way to now, and that's the whole video for me. So I don't want to just leave just yet, just in case. So trying to hang in there, you know what I mean? I do got some people from Texas that's on my channel. Hit me up in the comments or hit me up in the chat. Check in, tell us what's going on in your city. Look, I'm forcing myself, like, I'm gonna try to come back this week, but I'm not really certain what day it would be. Timberland or for real, I'm thinking Timberlands, but Timberland or for real, Timberland. Even though, well, they both from Virginia, you know what I mean? But I was gonna say, but even though for real's from Virginia, you know what I mean? But you gotta think, who would you hang out with, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? For real, just you can't hang out with everybody these days, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, but as far as beats go, Timberland. So look, he be asking me questions all the way from Japan, and he be in the house, you know what I mean? I want to shout you out, DJ Sunnyside, just for continuing to come by to the live stream. That's what's helping me press, you know what I mean, when I'm on the record, so I appreciate it, because I think you've been actually here almost at every one of them since I've been back, and it's a different time zone in Japan, you know what I mean? Like, it's later out there. It's what, almost 10 o'clock at night, or a little after 10. 2 Live Crew or Lil Jon and the East Boys. See, he be asking me stuff like, I don't be interested in a whole lot of stuff, but if I was to have to pick that, 2 Live Crew. you know, to the crew, for sure. You know, Lil John used to yell too much for me. You know what I mean? And I want to tell a story, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna leave it alone. But it's just funny, you know. I'm gonna leave it alone. It was just funny. But yeah, man, Lil John is just, you know, screaming too much for me, you know. But 7 people in the house, uh, Ludacris or Ti. Luda was good though back in the day when he had chicken and beer, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Something about Luda, man. He done changed in the last few years. Ever since he been doing those Fast and Furious movies, you know what I mean? Some changed, I guess. I don't know. But Ti always been the same. He ain't changed, you know what I mean? And he always got the record. I actually was watching the BET Awards the other day, seen T.I. out there, you know what I mean? And it was all right. Outkast or UGK? Outkast. UGK just, after they lost Pimp C, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't the same, you know what I mean? So, Outkast definitely has had more music out than the rest of them, but so anyway, man, I want to shout the people out. You know what I mean? Like, just in case my people on Facebook check in the background, they been in the house. You know what I mean? I want to let y'all know y'all welcome to come up over here. Y'all welcome to speak in the chat, get to know some people. If you got some content, drop your content. You know what I mean? Let the people come to your channel. Let me get involved in what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'll come by and support. You know. When I get right, look, I ain't all the way right yet, just because, you know, some of them hear me that I'm out here, they're gonna be like, well, you don't come to my channel, you know, and then all the rest of that. Let's see, Ghetto Boys, are 8-ball, NJG. Ghetto Boys, man, I'm Scarface all the way, you know. Willie D, and Willie D is a content creator out here on YouTube, and been a content creator out here for a little while now, you know. Willie D give you the news, you know what I mean? He cutthroat about it too. Like sometimes he be saying stuff about the industry. I'm like, Willie D been in the industry. But he been out here on these streets for a minute, you know what I mean? It well recognized in the hood on YouTube, you know what I mean? I just want to say that, you know what I mean? Like he got good content. If you have not looked up Willie D, look him up, you know? He come out here. Yeah. Now he don't get too involved with like community stuff like what they doing out here on YouTube, you know what I mean? Cause some of these content creators go at each other. I ain't never seen him really out there going at it, nobody. Dave Chappelle or Cat Williams. I ain't never really been no Dave Chappelle fan. It's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff, I guess it was just he used to be borderline like, I don't know. Some of the stuff just used to be like, that's a little too far, you know what I mean? But Dave Chappelle got way more content that I would watch now than a Cat Williams. But as far as comedian-wise, you know what I mean? Like a stand-up, Cat Williams. You know, I done been to a Cat Williams stand-up. That's been cool to me. You know, I enjoy that. But as far as him funnier than Dave Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle funny, but not really like funny to me, you know what I mean? Something wrong with Dave Chappelle. Like he ain't been the same, you know what I mean? Ever since the Africa trip, you know what I mean? I just was never used to a buff Dave Chappelle, you know what I mean? Like Dave Chappelle actually buff. And I was sitting up here saying, man, like when he was like back in the day, like on the movie Half Baked. What else did he do? Like just old movies, you know, that old movie with Martin. I think it was something head of security or something like that. Some security. He was a different looking dude, you know what I mean? And then when he came back, I don't know, his movements was different, you know what I mean? Like he looked different. I ain't trying to say he a clone or nothing like that, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like it just looked like a different Dave Chappelle, you know what I mean? And I'm a Dave Chappelle. I ain't gonna say I'm a fan. I ain't a fan of nobody. But I'll watch like the old Chappelle, that junk was funny. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? Like it was some of the stuff, but it was just like borderline like offensive, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm not just saying offensive to somebody else. I'm saying like offensive to just color, you know what I mean? Like, and I know he did it just to kind of break those barriers and stuff like that. But it was certain stuff like you'd see out there, you'd be like, damn, like, I don't know if that's funny to me. Like, you got to do all that to be funny. Like, sometimes people overdo themselves to be funny, you know? And I'm gonna just say this just because I feel like I want to say it right now. Cat Williams is not funny to me. Not Cat Williams. What's the dude name? Little dude. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is not funny to me. He's not funny. He's not funny. He overdo it. You know what I mean? And what was funny though, I was telling my sister yesterday, I was like, yo, have y'all ever seen the video, you know, where Kevin Hart hosted the Dirty Money album release, you know what I'm saying? Now that was funny because the girls was in the bathtub, you know what I mean, and her hair started burning on fire, like, you know, that junk was crazy, but it wasn't funny, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I was saying Kevin Hart is just not funny to me. I wanted to make that statement, you know, and then look, the whole Diddy stuff, you know what I mean? Like, that stuff came out, you know what I mean? Like, Kevin Hart name needed to come up. Like, he's been around Diddy a lot. But it was funny because, you know, if you actually go and see some of the old husbands of Hollywood, yo, some of the stuff that was going on in real life with the Diddy stuff was in that. You know what I mean? Like, I had a chance to see it. I was like, what? Hold on, what? What did they say? Like, I'm telling you, like, it's some stuff like they be putting right there in front of our face. Like, we be seeing it, but we don't even be knowing. You know what I mean? I just wanted to let y'all know, you know what I mean? That Mandela effect, they trying to bewitch the people, you know what I mean? And get us to fall for the whammy. You know, that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all be careful with some of the stuff they out here doing, you know what I mean, programming and stuff like that, you know, and that's how I gotta be careful with how I'm networking and how I'm out here programming, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a programming as well, you know, this is my program, you know what I mean? This is my own little platform, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be careful not to play with the people, you know what I mean? And it's a very serious situation, but I just wanted to say, you know what I mean? Like, Kevin Hart is not funny to me. I'm gonna put that out there. Martin or Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy. Martin is my dude, you know what I mean? But Eddie Murphy is, he funny, like Raw, like if you go see the old Raw, like I love comedians. Like I'm gonna tell you though, I'm gonna tell you. But my favorite movie of all time is Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. You know what I mean? Like, that's a funny movie. Like, you don't see funny like that. Like, most Eddie Murphy movies, funny. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, when you look for the next generation of comics and stuff like that, like, there's not really a funny out there, you know what I mean? I really thought that it was gonna be Chris Tucker. Like, Chris Tucker was my favorite comedian at one time, but ever since he kind of like fell out the scene, and you know what I mean, you can see that he was going through a spiritual battle, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that, you know what I mean? Because I go through that, you know what I mean? And it's only certain things I'm willing to do, certain things I'm just not willing to do, you know, especially in the public eye or out here on social media and stuff like that. So for him to have to play certain parts, like, he probably knew them stories, like, he probably got offered to do, you know, some great movies, you know what I mean? But they probably wanted a little too much from him, you know what I mean? He wasn't willing to give up, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, you know. But I was thinking though, you know what I mean? As far as up and coming comedians and stuff like that, it ain't never been better than those, you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there and it's underground and you don't get a chance to hear from them. Just like you might hear from the next best underground rapper, or, you know what I mean, just some type of entertainer in general. Like, you never hear from them, you know what I mean, because they have to stay underground. Like, and then some people just love their independence, you know what I mean, working for companies and stuff like that. Like, they have you on a leash. I heard Rick Ross said it himself, you know what I mean? Like, people say they soul still living on a leash, you know, and I'm not even a Rick Ross fan. I just heard him one day. I was like, you know, that makes sense to me, that people could still be on a leash, you know what I mean, with these big companies and organizations and record labels, you know what I mean? Like, they getting told what to do, you know what I mean? And as an independent content creator, you know what I mean? Like me and Tom was talking about this the other day too. You know what I mean? Like the endorsements and just being signed to these different companies, you know what I mean? Even with podcasters and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like you got to sign deals, but you got to be careful with them deals you signing. You know what I mean? And I just felt like, well, I just enjoy my little live stream. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gotta get out there and have that big old audience. You know what I mean? Of the whole world. You know what I mean? But here it is. Y'all see me on this live stream. We talking to people in Saudi Arabia. We talking to people in New Zealand. You know what I mean? Like, you know, them my friends. Like they know who I'm is. Like how they know me? Just be myself, you know, I don't change nothing. I just get out here, have as much fun as I can. I got up early today. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do me a video. Cause this is something I could watch, you know what I mean? I might not be able to do a video for the next couple of days, but I got one today. So I wanna thank the people. I wanna say shout out to my auntie Gail, shout out to Nisi, shout out to my cousin Deb, you know what I mean? Like all them from yesterday, they's ones that made me think about making a video today. Shout out to the chat, DJ Sunny Side Up. Shout out to ATM Tim. Gotta say shout out to him again. North Carolina was in the building. You know, everybody that checked in, I appreciate you guys. Miss Jen for being in the background. Everybody else, shout out to you, LNW, and everybody in the house. I appreciate y'all. Look, they starting to build up out here, man. It's starting to get warm. It's starting to get hot, man. Let me get up out of here. I'm going to see y'all next time, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate you guys joining me.